We're live on Facebook. Not on the radio
Oh,
yet, but we are live on Facebook. You're like, wait, that was kind of
Anticlimactic, yeah.
Say hello to the Facebook world. Hello,
Hi,
everybody.
everyone.
Oh, there's new icons. Every time we do this, there's a new icon. And you can't see it on the video, but there's
Hearts, thumbs.
Oh, yeah. Give us lots of thumbs up.
Yeah.
This is our intro music. Start of fall. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 425 Show, your place to be for all things real estate and lifestyle related. Here on the East Side, I'm your host, Nicole Mangina with Windermere Real Estate. Thanks for joining us this morning. We always start the show with a real estate tip. Today's real estate tip is for buyers. A little bit of a public service announcement, which is to leave the property the way you found it. So sellers know when they put their house on the market that people are coming through when they're not home. They know that's part of the gig, but know as a buyer, it's still a really weird feeling to give total strangers the key to your house and invite them in when you're not home. I had it happen this weekend on one of my listings. All the exterior doors were left unlocked. Somebody used the restroom, which is fine. You know, if you gotta go, but you need to put the seat down afterwards. And then for whatever reason, they decided they needed to test the furnace. So they cranked it up to 90 and then left the furnace on and left the property.
And the door's open.
And the door's open. It was awesome. Needless to say, the seller was a little hot when they got home. Understandably so. So first of all, that's not cool. But second of all, if that ends up being the house that you write an offer on, it is going to affect how the seller negotiates with you, knowing that you're the one who left all their doors unlocked and cranked their heat up to 90. So, you know, a little common courtesy, leave the property the way you found it. A, it's the right thing to do, but B, it's a little insider negotiating tip if you actually like the house. So there you go. That's today's real estate update. If you have real estate questions, buying or selling, you can always find me via email, nicole@nicolemangina.com. I'm happy to help. And without further ado, we have Kristen Schumacher with the Heirloom Cookshop joining us today.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you're here. It was making me laugh over the weekend. You know, the whole premise of this show is buying and selling real estate is about so much more than bedrooms and baths, right?
Yes,
it's the
totally.
people and the businesses.
Communities.
Communities. That's the backdrop and the context for which, you know, you're going to build your life. And, you know, we already had you lined up to come on the show today, but last week we decided we'd have a little fun and crowdsource some, you know, future radio show guests. And so I posted on social media, hey, who should we have on our show? Feel free to nominate a guest. The first probably half dozen recommendations were you.
Oh.
And I've been
Great.
getting notes ever since. So
Oh.
people like, oh, Kristen's amazing. We love the Heirloom Cookshop.
Oh,
so
thanks.
there you
Yeah,
go.
it's a special place.
You are an integral part
Thank
of what
you.
makes this a great place to live.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell us about the Heirloom Cookshop, because you've got a lot of fans, but we want to introduce you
Yeah.
to more fans
Yeah.
today.
Heirloom. Wow. I mean, it's such an incredibly special place. It's a collaborative hub for food artisans and producers and farmers and fishermen and people who love to eat, people who want to learn about food, talk about food.
I love it. And
Yeah.
your downtown is, or I would say, it's by your downtown Snoqualmie,
Snoqualmie,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cute little building.
Yes, it's from 1923.
Awesome.
Old bank. I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love downtown Snoqualmie.
It's
There's so much
darling.
fun down there.
It's darling, and it's getting to be such a beautiful, you know,
Mhm.
boosting community. I love it. I love being part of it.
It's great. I had some buyers in from out of town last week, and they want to live in a small town, so one of the places they took them was downtown Snoqualmie, and they're like, oh, this is so
It's
cool.
got so much charm.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So you had all kinds of stuff going at the Heirloom Cookshop.
Yes.
What
we do.
inspired? We're going to dive into all of
Yeah.
it today, but what inspired you to start this?
Well, it was actually a solution to me wanting to stay closer to my kids. I've been a chef for about 20 years, but I always commuted to the city or to different locations, and I wanted to be able to be near my kids and be in their community, and still do what I love to do. So this magical building became available, and I met the owners by happenstance, and I said, I'm gonna sign this lease right away. So yeah, it's a lovely place, and it's actually gotten organically bigger and more beautiful than I actually imagined. So
I love it.
yeah.
Perfect. So let's break it down. Let's talk about everything that you have going on there.
Yes.
Where should we start? You want to
Okay.
start?
Well, one of my favorite things to do is teach and
Yes.
bring people in. They come in as strangers and they leave as friends, and having this whole new set of knowledge of cooking skills or new flavors or things like that. And hopefully they get inspired to do the same thing at home. So our classes usually Wednesdays, Sundays. We're adding more days as we get more instructors.
Because your classes are busy.
Yes,
Super
yes.
busy. I was on your website and you have all kinds of neat things
Yeah,
too.
lots of diverse classes, and I just like to bring in people who are masters of their craft to
Got
come in
it.
and teach. I love to teach
So you
too.
teach them and then you have other people come in as
Yes, yeah.
Great.
So, and we do dinners on Thursday, Friday night.
well. Awesome. Well, let's go back to your classes.
yeah,
Because I
let's
want to
do-
mention, you had some really neat ones. You had to, first of all, take it and make it pie. Pie
Yes.
is my favorite dessert of all time.
Boot camp.
And
yeah.
if I can take one home, even better.
Yeah.
Sign me up. You've got Oktoberfest coming up which is not a class,
Right.
which is an event.
It's a fun,
But it's a-
festive Bavarian blast on Friday.
I love it. This Friday, September 27th.
Yep.
Which works because even in Munich, they do Oktoberfest in September.
September, yeah.
I know, it's
We
weird.
have a great lineup.
You do, yeah. What's some of the stuff
So
you got going on?
we've got breweries, local breweries.
Okay.
There's a new one in Issaquah called Paddle. We've got Drew Brew. We've got No Boat. We've got
Oh.
Finn River.
I'm looking at Jen's husband is a big beer drinker.
And we've got
So
Pearl
I
and
am now
Stone.
as
Oh
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. The music of Tyler Gann. So he played for our 1-year birthday party, and we have him
Oh,
back.
I
He's
love
full
it.
of energy. So
Great.
yeah,
And this
and
is
some German food, of course.
of course.
Very excited.
And it's a ticketed event. So
Yes.
if people want tickets, where do they go to get tickets?
Heirloomcookshop.com,
Perfect.
and under workshops and events, there'll be tickets available right there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you've got that. I think you had a pasta making, pierogi making.
Yep.
Love pierogies. All kinds of different classes.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really interesting to me you had a vegetarian one. which
Yes.
I'm a vegetarian.
Are
I
you?
thought, yes. I thought, oh, that's so cool. There's a whole awesome class.
Yeah,
for-
we get a request for vegetarian a lot, and it's super easy. I love that kind of food, so I don't think you're missing the meat.
Exactly, but I like to take cooking classes because I can make my own vegetarian food all
Right.
the time, and I'm totally fine with it. But sometimes I feel like I need to up my game because
Yeah.
everybody else in the house is not vegetarian. So if I want to serve a vegetarian meal, I have to bring my A game.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of classes.
Yeah.
With all kinds of, it's kind of whatever you're into. You've
Yeah,
got
and it's
something
very
there.
seasonal. So in the winter we'll do braising and different types of meat cookery, and in the summer we just bring out literally what's in the garden and bring it in and get inspired from whatever's coming out of the earth. So
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you're looking for something fun to do for yourself, a great gift for somebody, or even just something to do with girlfriends.
Yeah, we also do private groups. So if you have
great.
a whole group of people that want to take a class, and we'll just customize the topic, whatever you guys want to learn, and it'll be fun.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
My wheels are spinning.
Yeah.
I love planning parties. Perfect. So you've got all kinds of classes, and people can find that information at heirloomcookshop.com.
Yep.
Awesome. Now let's talk about the restaurant part of it.
Yeah. So we do dinner service Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Right now in the summertime, from June to the end of September, we have a farmer's market outside in our parking lot on Friday
Oh, love it.
evenings. So
Okay.
this Friday, like you mentioned, Oktoberfest, it is our last green market. So we have a lot of great local vendors, artisans and farmers, and a lot of great people in the community are our vendors. And
I know. One of my good friends, Dave McCormick
yeah,
Jams,
it's so delicious.
is there. They have the best jam.
Yeah, it's super
I love
creative.
that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
So, we, like I said, our dinner service, it changes up a little bit once the market's done. We have just a sit-down formal dinner on Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it formal. It's super fun to hang out there. But,
Right.
our menu changes every day. So,
Great.
yeah, I get inspired and change it up.
What were
So-
some of the things you had on the dinner menu last week?
Dear. Well, we have our standards, so people come back for their very favorite things.
Okay. What are some of your things you're known for?
Meatballs. People happen to love that. It has little bacon and some amalils in there. We have a really beautiful cheese plate that I just try and bring in some local things. Our Caesar salad. People really just, I crave it. People end up craving it.
That's
Everything's
great.
homemade, so I think that you can kind of taste that. We make house-made focaccia every week.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah.
All right.
With my little house-made fennel salt mix, and I don't know, I think people are addicted to it.
That's awesome. Do you take reservations or is it walk-in only?
We do take reservations.
Okay.
For sure for 6 and above. Because this building is from 1923, our biggest challenge is space, as you can imagine.
Wondering, yeah.
But we've got seats, and we all get cozy in there, and we have upstairs seating, downstairs, and then our outside beer garden,
Okay.
which will hopefully bring in some warming essentials for wintertime, because I still like to sit outside.
More beer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's great. And then you do brunch on Saturday and Sunday.
Brunch Saturday, Sunday. It's a super fun vibe.
Is it?
Yes, I love brunch. It's 9:30 to 2. Like I said, we have our basic standards. We are absolutely known for our breakfast burritos. People come in.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
People love it. I make homemade sauces and quiche and frittatas. We usually have something for everyone. Vegan, vegetarian,
Okay.
gluten-free. So we try and...
A lot of boxes to check these days.
Yes, there are. But it can all be delicious. You don't have to feel like you're missing out. Great mimosas. So there's that.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's great. And so I love that people can come in and just experience the space.
Yes.
Um,
People want to hang out. It's great.
Do they?
Yeah.
I bet.
We've become such close. I've become friends with my customers. They're so...
Well, clearly you have. I mean, that was one of the best responses we've gotten on
Oh.
social media when we posted, "Hey, Kristen's coming on the show," and
Thanks,
you know,
yeah.
people posted, and then I got a lot of private messages from people like, "Oh, Kristen's amazing. We love
Aw,
her."
thank
so
you. That's
I think
nice.
you're doing something right.
It's very humbling. Thank you.
Yeah. And anytime, you know, somebody brings the community together the way you do, just through your classes, but then with your bringing all the different vendors and everything.
Yeah.
and-
I love
So-
collaboration. I recognize the immense talent that's surrounding us
Mhm.
locally and just through the Snoqualmie Valley. I mean, there's such amazing things happening, people with so much passion, and I love to bring it together. So
That's great.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and it's I always appreciate that because like you said, we do live in such a wonderfully
It's
rich
amazing.
community in terms of people with really amazing talents.
yeah,
And so when somebody can bring those together and you can discover those, it's great. We were
Yeah.
chatting before the show, you have some really amazing bracelets on.
yes.
And sure enough, it's somebody in North Bend, I think you said.
Erica Loriano. She has an amazing little shop in North Bend, and
Okay.
I impulse shop all the time from her
It's
from
the
her
best way to shop.
yeah from her booth outside my farmer's market. So
I love it.
Yeah.
And this is the last one for the season.
this Friday, yes,
Okay.
and then we'll start up again in June. So when we're
Perfect.
always taking new vendors, so we always love to bring in new people and
Great.
share
But-
the love. Yeah.
But you were saying before the show you have one coming up in December.
Yes.
It's not so much a farmer's market, but let's chat about that because I think that's going to be a fun holiday thing
Yeah.
for people to come and do.
Yeah, December 7th. It is. It's kind of a take on a European night market, except
Okay.
it's all day. It's
Great.
a brunch day, so it'll be 9:30 to 6. We'll be coinciding with the tree lighting ceremony in Snoqualmie, and so we love to work with
Oh,
the city and all
sweet.
that. And so it's really an artist's mercantile. I love the art community as well. I myself have an art background, and so I love to try and mix it up, and it's kind of like people can do their little bit last minute shopping, and
Great.
yeah.
That's
really
awesome. I
honor
love
what-
shopping local too.
Yes, and we just can honor the art that's around us as well. So
That's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, I'm putting that on the calendar.
Yeah.
Yay! Again, if you're just joining us today, we have Kristen Schumacher with the Heirloom Cookshop in Snoqualmie joining us today, otherwise known as Chef Shu.
yep.
That's what everybody calls you. That's how you sign
It's just
it.
easy. Yeah, it's just easier to say than Schumacher, I guess.
I
Yeah.
know. Either way, it's all good.
Yeah.
How did you get into cooking?
I think it's well, it kind of chose me. I didn't choose it. I think I was born loving it. Like I said, I have an art background, but it's just the medium I've been drawn to. I studied art in college. I'm a potter and a painter, so I love that. But I think it's what I love is taking raw materials and making something beautiful with it. And cooking is such a love language for me. So there's a lot of love that goes into it. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I think I started cooking for my friends. I guess when I was 14, and we'd go home for lunch and I'd make something, and then I just eventually decided I'd want to go to culinary school because I used to think of it as a hobby, and then I thought I just want to do this for a living. This is what I want to do for my life. So I got to go to the Culinary Academy, Seattle Culinary Academy in Capitol Hill.
God.
Probably the best school around for learning. about sustainability and cooking. So I was really lucky to do that. And then I've worked in a lot of different facets of the industry, catering. I've taught cooking classes privately and also at different schools. I've been a personal chef, so I've done a lot of things.
That's great. And I'm sure each one of those kind of attributed to what you are able to pull together now.
Yeah, and it was sort of a combination of probably a non-traditional path to get where I am. I don't think my original goal was to have a restaurant, but it's sort of organically grown into more than a restaurant, I would say. So,
sure, absolutely. And you do, like you said, you do a lot of catering as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's good to mention, especially because you have such a beautiful space, and we're coming into the holidays. People are always looking for event spaces.
Yeah, we book quickly, but the space is so beautiful. We decorate it for the holidays. It's really special. And I also do off-site catering and dinners and farms and things like that.
That's great. What's some of the most fun events that you've done, whether at the Cookshop or other places?
Oh man, well, I love themed birthday parties we have at the shop because people come in and they decorate the heck out of it and it looks amazing. Yeah,
awesome.
We had a great birthday party with a million rainbow balloons just spread across the entire ceiling. It was amazing.
That's great.
I love dinners on the farm because I can literally pick off the plants and start cooking with them, or a lot of times I'll just hand it to someone and say, you guys taste, this is what a tomato is really supposed to taste like.
Yes.
Or a ground cherry, and so a taste that maybe they haven't experienced before, and then they taste it and like, oh my gosh, it's a whole new experience. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I do think food is definitely an art though, to be able to prepare it in a way that is
I
really
sort of get
appealing to
lost
other
when I'm
people.
able to sort of dive in and dial into my actual cooking and creating. I'm so focused on it. I love it so much. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite things that are in season right now that you're using a lot of?
Well, the end of tomato season, stone fruit, things like that. We're creeping into, pears and apples. So we're
I know I bought some
that.
pears for the first time this weekend.
Yeah. I still have some summer squashes, but I love the winter squashes. I still love any assortment of bitter greens. They're great to use. I love that flavor. I have a really acidic, bitter palate, and I really love those flavors. So just to be able to pair those things together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, sort of like I love to do sweet, salty, bitter, crunchy. Put it all together, and it creates a really good experience. So
great. Awesome. Cool. What else should people know about the Heirloom Cookshop?
Oh dear. Well, you got to come and experience it because the building is so beautiful, and it pulls you in. And like I said, you come in as strangers and you leave as friends. We really love to educate, offer people tastes and new experiences, and we want people to be able to come back and hang out and even taste some of the things we have on our retail shelf.
Fun.
I carry a lot of local things, and I don't really have to upsell it because it's the things that I use in my dishes, and I love it so much. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Perfect. So again, if you're just joining us, we have Kristen Schumacher with the Heirloom Cookshop joining us on the 425 show today. You're located downtown Snoqualmie.
Yep.
You've got it all. You've got this really cool market that you do on a weekly basis, and with food vendors and artisans and all kinds of great things. You've got your classes that we're totally going to go check out. Jen and I were talking about this the other day. We need to go do a little Snoqualmie. We've had some fun. There's all kinds of cool stuff in Snoqualmie.
There is.
We've had some really fun guests on the show, and I think we're going to go have a Snoqualmie research day.
And Snoqualmie is such a great little town and community, and there's a lot of this is a little plug. There's a lot of women doing some really amazing things there.
Seems like
so
it.
I'm really proud to be part of that group.
I love it. Yeah. So, and you've got your restaurant. You do take reservations on Open Table, or how do people make reservations?
You can call in, or email. We're working towards the Open Table. And originally it was just sort of walk in, but we're getting to the point where we're busy enough we take reservations.
Look at you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Check it out.
Yeah.
And you do dinner on Thursdays and Fridays.
Yep, dinner Thursday, Friday.
And then you've got brunches on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, and we often bring in pop-up wine, wineries or breweries, so people can actually taste things that we don't normally have on our menu. But a lot of times we'll offer we just had wit sellers, and we've had other people come in, and that way my customers have an opportunity to taste new things, and
Great.
and if they like it enough, maybe we'll even carry it. So
There you go. Because
yeah.
I think there are some wineries or tasting rooms in Snoqualmie.
There's a
correct?
ton, yeah. There's a ton, and we love to collaborate. So
That's
we'll have
awesome.
next year in 2020, we'll be offering wine dinners, maybe even beer, but we'll bring in a winery, whether it's super local or even in Walla Walla or Oregon, or and then pair with a farm, and either I'll cook as a chef or I'll bring in a guest chef.
I love it.
So yeah,
That's
more
a great way to
collaboration and
do it.
more people that get in there and enjoy it. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What are some of your other favorite places in and around Snoqualmie?
Oh dear. Well, I'm an outdoors lady, so I love the mountains. I spend a lot of the time when I'm not working, I'll be outside. So I'm a mountain biker, a climber. I love
Like a rock climber?
Yeah, well, a
like
mountain climber. I guess I
yeah,
summited
hiker.
Rainier. So
You did?
yeah.
Oh,
So
that's a good accomplishment.
yeah,
Nice
I'm hoping to
work.
do it again because it's so fulfilling. I love hiking. I mean, it's right in my backyard. It's so close.
Yeah, especially Snoqualmie.
Yeah, I'm
It's
so
so
lucky.
easy.
Or I just head up to the pass, and I'm a big skier, and so I teach my kids on the weekends, and I'm just so lucky to live where I
know.
do.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We did that Snow Lake hike.
Oh,
a
it's
couple weeks
amazing!
ago.
It's amazing.
So nice.
It's even fun to sleep up there if you can.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Keep that on the D. I think. Oh, it says no campfires. Doesn't
There
say
you
no
go.
camping.
Yeah.
I just
So
can't
I'm hoping
start
to
a
get
fire.
out more this winter. Just get on the slopes, and it's my favorite thing to do. So
Yeah, it's so nice to have Snoqualmie Pass right there.
yeah,
For
yeah.
skiing and things. Our boys
Yeah.
have done those Friday night ski lessons
Oh, yeah,
for years.
It's great, and then we have places as close to Stevens and even Whistler. I mean, everything's
Yeah, lots of close
Local,
stuff. I just like
yeah.
Snoqualmie Pass because you can do it on
I
a
know.
Friday night. And it's
Stop
so
at
easy.
River on your way home, and then here you go.
There you go. Great. And
Yeah.
do you live in Snoqualmie Valley? You
I
must.
do. I
Great.
do. I live kind of up in the foothills, just in downtown, and it's wonderful. I'm super lucky.
That's awesome. I know
Yeah.
we were talking about this before the show. We both grew up in the Midwest. And,
Yes.
you know, this is a far cry from the Midwest, but boy, once you come out here, it's
I'm
like,
hooked.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is my home for sure now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Midwest, but it's a little different out here.
It sure is.
That's great. Any other fun events that we should know about? So we've got Oktoberfest this Friday.
Yes.
Sounds like it will be a blast.
It is. It is. Breweries, wineries, but we have cider coming. Really good food, a mustard bar, kind of like a Leavenworth situation.
A mustard bar. That's so funny.
We've got
Which means there's probably pretzels.
pretzels and
Love
sausages,
pretzels.
and I'm making some house pickles just today. So,
Great. And that's a ticketed event.
yes.
That people. So I'm assuming no dinner service on this Friday because you're doing
Actually,
everything?
well, your ticket includes your dinner.
Oh,
But
okay.
we'll have some of our regular stuff on our menu. So people who are just because they're going to be market goers, and if
Oh,
they
that's right.
want to participate in the party, they can just come in and have dinner. It's probably going to be a shorter menu just for this Friday because of
Got
everything
it.
else going on. But
What are the hours for the market on Friday?
so market always starts. It's 3 to 7, and our event is 5 to 8. And
Okay.
may linger on depending on how much fun we're having. So, we have, like I said, Tyler Gann. He's a local musician, and he and his band are going to entertain us. So he's super fun, and we'll have our vendors and our market vendors too. So hopefully everyone will stick around.
That's great.
Yeah.
Perfect. That, and then I think for sure not to miss is your Christmas market that you have coming up
Yes.
December 7th.
December 7th, 9:30 to 6. So it'll start with brunch food and morph into some other warm and fuzzy sort of wine drinks and mulled cider and things like that. So fire pits outside and last minute local artists gifts that
Great.
you can buy. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm always intrigued. One of the things I read on your website is you've done some catering for like celebrities and things. What's the weirdest thing you've ever had to make?
Well, I don't know if
Or
weird is-
unusual.
Yeah, I definitely had a request to always have house jerky because the
Okay.
jerky I was making was apparently really popular, and oftentimes we'd find it on the bedside table just for snacks.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like okay. Always had a request for smoothie bars, so I'd have fresh greens and kale and
Oh,
very
sure.
specific things that clients would always want to have,
Sure.
always in charge of little fancy beverages, and just making sure that they have what they want when they want it.
I love it. So do you still make your own house jerky?
I do.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
Very-
Kind of for really just me and my kids, but yeah, there's so much I want to do for Heirloom. I make everything sort of homemade sauces and salad dressings, and I'm kind of known for some of those things, and I'd love to be able to jar those and sell those. People oftentimes come in and want to buy tomato jam, my cherry bomb hot sauce, which is to die for on my breakfast burritos. Yeah, a lot of my dressings. People just want to come in and buy a jar here and there.
And
so,
can they do that, or you're working
yes,
towards
but
that?
yes, they can, but in mass quantity, I got to work towards making sure I have time to make it all. So
Yeah, that's a whole other
yes,
set of time and
Yep.
commitment and production.
yeah. Luckily, I have an amazing team. I'm sort of knocking on wood right now. I'm surrounded by incredible talent, passion, people who are driven to just make Heirloom a better place, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's got to take a good-sized team to
It
pull
does.
all that off.
It does.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty well, and you clearly have people that are dedicated to you.
Yes, I do. I do such loyalty, and I think it's because we all really care about the vision and the mission of what we're doing. You know, I sort of set the groundwork, but I bring people on and sort of let them fly. So I love that.
That's a talent. To be able to do that for other people is a really
Yeah,
special
I'd
gift.
rather try and be more of a leader than a manager. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a talent. I'm working on it. You know, I keep reading books and trying to figure that aspect out
It's
because
an
as
evolution process.
as an artist, I have to learn how to sort of be a business person too.
You do, and I think you can. To be a business person, you have to be in some way interested in personal development because you're doing it no matter what.
Yeah, no,
So
that's true.
You might as well embrace
Yeah,
it.
I happen to really, I was born with a ton of energy, and being at work
Yeah.
energizes me. I love it. I still
That's
love
great.
being there. Oftentimes I'm there more hours in a week than I'd prefer because I'd rather be hanging with my kids or doing something outside. But it takes a lot to run a business like this, and I still love it. I
That's
still
great.
get energized.
Well, and your girls are almost to an age where they could start helping, which I think that would.
Yes.
They may or may not find that amazing, but
Yeah.
from the outside, I think that's amazing because they could see
Yeah.
how amazing their mom is and what you put into something and
you.
what you're able to create. And I think that could inspire them in all
Thanks.
kinds of beautiful ways.
I think deep down, even though they might not want to admit it right now, given their ages, I think they are proud of me, and I think they're proud of Heirloom. And
Live radio for you.
We're back on
got
air.
it.
There
Let
you
it
go.
go. I let you in the door too.
Yep. Keep it real. All right, thank you. Again, we have
On that
had-
note.
It's a team effort all the way around. We've had Kristen Schumacher with the Heirloom Cookshop on the show today. She's located in downtown Snoqualmie. So many fun classes, open for dinners and brunch. That means just about done.
Go get some
Sorry,
brunch.
Shirley, we really need you.
We'll see you there, Lou.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.